So pre-planning, when we sit with families, we kind of go through all their wishes, and it's really a no pressure environment. Most of the time, most families who come to us have an idea of their wishes or what they envision their funeral to be, and it can be as simple as, really no services, just, kind of bury my body or cremate my body, to as far as, an elaborate 2 or 3 day type service. So it really depends on their wishes, but we meet with them, we go through everything A to Z. And the idea is that we take the hour or 2 hours, sometimes even a couple of days, to go through everything over the course of a few meetings. And then we create a file on them. So when the day comes, no one in the family has to go out and find any information. They don't have to guess. It's all said and done. And that's really the gist of pre-planning. It's really to make sure that the kids or brother, sister, or any of the loved ones don't have to guess. It's all done, and then really all we do is we pull the file and say, hey, this is what mom or dad or whomever planned for, and that's that. When would you like to do everything? And of course, there's some legal things in the background that we have to take care of, but that's the gist of it.
Where like at the time, so I'm usually the director you would sit with at the time of need. If this is not done, you usually will sit with me for anywhere between 2 to 3 hours to discuss all these details. And again, at the time of grieving, you don't want to be spending your time in the funeral home. You want to be with your family. But I'm asking you questions from what mom or dad wants to wear. Do we know if it's a cremation or a burial? All the vital statistic information that goes on a death certificate, social security number, parents' names, including the mother's maiden name, a lot of things that children don't know the answers to flowers, to prayer cards, which is all taken care of before if you do pre-arrange. And obviously the cost is going to depend on what is selected. So obviously there's a lot of talk about cremation now. It has become a lot more popular, and a lot of people think it's just because it's less expensive. That is not necessarily true. People are doing cremation and not doing any services. So yes, you're going to be in the $3,000 range versus doing a traditional funeral where you're having wakes and a casket and a vault at the cemetery and church fees, which can go up to $10,000. Again, depending on how many flowers you pick. So it's really no set answer. It's going to be based on what the family wants to do and what they choose.
Yeah.
And then when you do pre-arrange with us, you do not have to use our funeral home at the time. So we do keep everything in a file. If you do fund your pre-arrangement, it is all done through New York State pre-plan. So the funds do not come to Hoy Funeral Home. They would not be ours. The only way we can access the funds is when you pass, we have to send them a death certificate. It shows it's our funeral home, and then they release the funds. So say again, you pre-arrange with us, kids either don't know about it or do not want to use our funeral home, they can call another funeral home and they can access those funds with a death certificate. Same if they move out of state, they don't have to use us necessarily. We are a corporation, so we do have 2,000 funeral homes around the United States. We are SDI, which is an umbrella of Dignity Memorial. So we can always use another provider and they guarantee our pricing.